Look out the window.
So, my apologies. I've done this video 3 or 4 times. So what'll happen is there'll be a message come across really quick. Oh, I lose my train of thought, and it's frustrating. I'm going to put tape across the teleprompter on the phone there.
It is a painting.
It's
A painter.
I told you it was, honey. So, two items to start the video. I told you guys I would update you on the sale and update you on the way the horse is trained. I'm on my way to my father's birthday party right now with Amy. Can you get that to work again? On my way to the birthday party right now with Amy and the kids. Should be a lot of fun tonight celebrating my father's 80th birthday. Firstly, Degas raced amazing today. Raced very good second in 52 and 4. Really, really happy with the way she raced. She always races good. As I said to Eric the other day, and I told Yannick, I know she can trot with her hobbles out longer. She can't get away from the gate with them out longer. So if we plan on leaving, or even letting her float off the car, we can go this way too, or even letting her float off the car, you need to be careful, and you're better just to snug those pants up a little bit. So they did today. She was a really good second. Let Todd McCarthy go, and then got shuffled back and ended up getting picked off by the horse that beat us in the final. And Oak Grove has beaten us every time I think we raced her. A good filly in her own right, but finished a good second in 152 and 4. Really, really happy with the way Degas raced. Also, I got a note. The first time I had to stop my video, it was a note from Brown Equine. Dr. Brown had sent a note forward saying that the procedure with Dame Hanover went perfectly. Everything is well. She'll need some time off, obviously, which I planned on giving her lots. And, looking forward to 2027 with our girl Dame Hanover. So 2 very good points of reference for today's video as it pertains to everybody else. The sale yesterday had a lot of people message me and say, geez, the 2-year-old they sold a little light. Well, that's because there's a million 2-year-olds for sale right now. The problem...
Yes, I'm so glad you just asked me that.
Yeah, I told him, yes, that's fine. If she feels okay. Well, no, he didn't warm her up with hobbles on, so that's fine. Eric had just messaged. I told him I thought the hobbles were a bit tight last week. As it turned out, the biggest problem with Jailbird Jug last week, as we know, was the middle half was a killer, obviously, the way I drove her. But she showed tying up, and I didn't want to bring it to anybody's attention other than my partners on Jailbird Jug, because they didn't want it to sound like an excuse. But she did have a CK of 1150 the next day. So I think she's looking at a much better mile today also. Excited to watch Yannick drive her. Just talked to James. He just landed. We're talking about Atomics, a 6-horse field he drew into this week. Again, drew the outside. 7-hole in a 7-horse field in Philadelphia. 6-hole in a 6-horse field in the Meadows this Friday. Mike Wilder is going to race him. I was going to ask Mark. I was going to ask James. I actually was going to ask Tyler. I didn't want to put too much pressure on any of those kids this week when it comes to this horse. I think Justin did a tremendous job with Lou Armstrong last night, and Tyler's been driving fantastic in Northfield, really getting better and better and better. And I don't want to break any of their confidence. I guess I don't mean that to sound like a cop-out, but Mike's done a great job and a great work for us also. He's been there. He has experience in these types of races. And when it comes to the colt, James is going to drive him his next start also. So I wanted to make sure that we had the right person for the job. I think anybody could have done the job well on Friday, but I thought Mike was just a good fit for Atomics Hanover on Friday, especially when probably going to ask him to race him from off the pace a little bit. I don't think leaving with him and with that crew, leaving with him every week. Now he's got 48 and 49 mile in front of him his last 2. Probably should race him a little easier this week, and I think we probably want to do that. I'll leave that up to him, I guess, as they say go. Things obviously change as the gate's moving, but that would be the preliminary thought process moving forward with regards to Atomics. And Complete Unknown, of course he drew the 7-hole, didn't he? He's had a pretty good draw all week. We weren't going to race him in the stake races this week. I was going to the non-winners, and it was actually the vet, Dr. Brown, had said, Anthony, I think we'll be able to help this horse quite a bit on Friday. Might be worth putting him back in the Stallion Series. I wasn't going to overrule him. I mean, it didn't really take a lot to push me in that direction, but of course, the great equalizer, the 7-hole, bit us in a 7-horse field. Not what I wanted to see, and of course, also, we had some Sire Stake horses up past have moved down in there. Hungry Marco is in there. A couple other horses that are some nice horses. The horse has already beaten him once, and Mike Wilder's horse is in there, so we'll need a driver also for Complete Unknown. So, anyway, as I just said, a big week of racing ahead for us with respect to
I
yesterday.
don't mean to be rude, but Tyler trained him.
Tyler can drive. Yeah, absolutely can if he's over there. I don't have a problem with him driving him. When it comes to the sale yesterday, I was just saying a lot of people said, hey, thought the 2-year-olds were light. It's because there's a lot of 2-year-olds in the sale everywhere right now. It's saturated with 2-year-olds, because the problem is when you're looking at purchasing a 2-year-old this year, you have to come to the realization you're likely going to have to turn the horse out. You turn the horse out, bring it back, train it back. You're not looking at $6,000. You're probably looking at somewhere around between $15,000 and $18,000 just between training alone. That's not seeing the vet or staking. What's wrong, sweetheart? Yeah, the big pond over there. Yeah, look right here. It's nice, eh? So that's the simple math of looking at buying a 2-year-old right now. And when it came to our horses, I was hoping they'd bring a little more, but I was a little surprised that Rose Run Chief led the way at $6,500, $6,000 for Vinestaff, and then Incredible. I ended up buying her back initially, and then somebody had emailed me. Now it's not done yet, but somebody emailed me and said they'd give us $6,000. I'm torn on that both ways, but at the same time, we have to start focusing on the horses we really want to keep and covet for 2027. And when it came to horses like Incredible, and I know, but I'm talking about a year from now. And when it comes to Incredible, I just think that there's a lot to work with. At the same time, there's a lot to do. And if everything goes right, then she was a steal for the person that's going to buy her. If anything goes wrong, then not so much. So I was a little torn on that one. That one bothered me a little bit, but at the same time, the other two, I was perfectly fine with that. And then I think it was more than fair, the money for both Cherry's Girl and PJ's Love. And $34,000, I think Cherry's Girl went for, or somewhere around there, and $30,000 for PJ's Love. And I know she is at Virginia, and there's a lot going on with PJ's Lovin', but I think I've made myself very clear with regards to all the horses. It's tough for me to let go of horses that want to go forward, want to do their work, and can't for whatever reason, whether that be physical or a mental impediment. But when it comes to a horse like PJ's Lovin', those types of deficiencies I'm just not going to tolerate. And there's no doubt in my mind, if she wants to even remotely do well in Virginia and the rest of the season in Pennsylvania, she probably can. But that's fair. Very fair money for her as we head into the fall. So those 5 horses are likely going to be departing us over the next couple of days. I guess the only one I'm not positive about would be, I haven't firmed everything up yet with regards to Incredible, but likely those 5 horses will be heading out. Now, in regards to training...
You have to turn left, sir.
Which one, babe? Kirkwood Drive?
Yeah.
Okay. I think Kirkwood Drive is right up here, about a mile. With regards to the training, this is really the biggest... This is really the biggest reason that I wanted to do this video, is just to update everybody. They haven't had a lot of updates with respect to how horses are training, so I'm going to run through them quickly. Captain Incredible 2-2 last half in 58, but I want everybody to understand. I want to take another couple weeks, maybe even 3, and really drill down on these horses. Yes, sweetheart.
How far away?
Not far. Look over there. That used to be a swimming pool. Now it's a gigantic something or other. Wow, it's changed over here. So Captain Incredible was good, but I do want to drill down on these horses and have them zinging tight as we get ready for, I want to see where else we have to go. As we get ready, who's the next horse? I can talk about them, or the next 2. Bridge Over Broadway. Ooh, I can talk about her. So Captain Incredible, I really want to focus on,
Queen Street.
which one, babe?
Queen Street.
Oh, that's way down here, right down to the main intersection. So Captain Incredible, I was happy, but most importantly, I said, okay, he was good. I need to know, how was he in regard to hitting his knees? How was he getting? He said, not rough. He was brushing his knees, he said, but he was okay with it. He was perfectly good. Tyler said he was strong. Tyler went with all these horses, by the way, said he was good. Bridge Over Broadway, 1 a mile in 2-4, but I said, don't be in a hurry. I'm focused on the latter part of the summer into Dayton is where I really, really want to have Bridge Over Broadway and those types of horses ready. I was torn. I was thinking of actually sending her to Ontario for a bit, but I want to make sure wherever she lands, she's going to make she's going to make that immediate impact. And there are lots of places we can send her, but she looks like $1 million. Have you seen her since she come back in? She's put like 110 pounds on. It looks like $1 million. Bridge over Broadway. She looks awesome. Next is HB Liz Shadow, probably one of the fastest last halves, which is not shocking. He's a 49.50-51 pacer, 2-1 last half and 56. And Tyler said I could have went lots more. He was very very good. He was happy with her. Dublin's Ferrani is in to go next week. Trained a mile in 2.5 last half and 59 with an ear hood on. Very quiet, very methodical training mile. Did her work very well. Everybody was happy with her. Jason and
Is that not Queen Street?
Is that not Queen Street? No, Queen Street should be up here. No, was that Queen Street?
You live here?
No, I lived here 30 years ago. But thank you, smart butt.
Now you gotta go on University. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, it was Queen Street. You're right. My bad.
Maybe you go on.
Yeah, it's all right. University. We're just going downtown. It's fine. They're all the same. Turn
Yeah,
left
I
on
think they're trying to
Grafton.
avoid traffic. That's what's
Yeah,
traffic.
left on Grafton. All right, pull back up. Really, really happy with those horses. Dublin's Ferrani was good. Jolene Hall trained back in 225, and a lot of people are asking where she was. Her last start, she'd hit up on her jack, but then got a bruise in there, got a little infection in there, and she was quite sore on it for quite a while. It was a good 2-3 weeks to get her cleaned up. They said she's back trotting good now, feeling good. 225 with Jolene Hall this week. What are you showing me? Heel smoothies? Oh yeah, that's cool. Perfect Instead 225. Jason said she did start out a little dinky, but immediately came good and trained awesome. It's kind of been the way she's been going. She's going to get one fast mile, and then I want to know how she looks after that. I've already trained her hard, but at that 210, 212, 215 speed in the jog cart at a mile and a half, when I get back, I am going to train her one really good training mile, and then we'll see what's what with Perfect Instead. Miss Lady May 2-4 last half in 58 or 59. They said she was very, very good, which is great news. We're either going to race her here or the Meadows, her last start. One of our clients and my partners had said, hey Anthony, we going back to New York with her? I don't know yet. There's not a rush to, I can tell you that. But if she races really well her first start, and we really feel we got a handle on her, and she feels like she's mentally maturing, which she has felt to me over the last little while, then yes, it's a possibility. But that will all come down to her mental wellness, let's say, and her and the calendar, where the stakes are, what they are, and whether we need to go anywhere. But we'll see with Miss Lady May. And then Woodmere Betcha 2-2. She was extremely strong in 2-2, and I was glad to hear that. A lot of our clients with My Name's Swaney have asked me, hey, is Wayne going to get a break? Or are we going to sell her? What are we doing with her? I think she's a useful filly. I think she wants to be a good horse. I think she's the type of horse that will do us some good. But I do believe maybe she does need a little bit of a rest. So my thinking is, since her and Woodmere Betcha fit the same class, maybe give Wayne one more start. We are going to race her at the Meadows, not this week, but the week after. We'll race her one start at the Meadows. At that point, Woodmere Betcha should be ready to rock, and we'll have her back going. So that is how a lot of the trainers went this week. Everybody, I had no complaints. I told everybody, please don't hesitate to let me know if anything's going awry at the barn. I know everybody was worried about bothering me when I'm away, but I tell everybody, you, both Jasons, Harry, Dominic, everybody, Tim, Eric, just please text me if you need anything. You don't need to leave me in the dark for any reason. This is more a vacation, but it's a working vacation. We got work to do down here, and I want to make sure that all the work is going well up country also. So really happy with the reports I've heard out of Ohio and Pennsylvania. All the horses getting ready to go. Excited about Jailbird Jog, who's going to race in about an hour. Very happy with the way Degas raced today, and I believe I'll be back for Kentucky on a week from, Tuesday? 6 days from today in Kentucky. So with that, I am now done for the day. I'm going to leave it Jailbird Jog on her lonesome for today. I hope she does well. I'll update you guys tomorrow. Hopefully it'll all be virtual high fives around, but excited about the rest of the week, both here in Prince Edward Island, most definitely for my father's birthday party tonight, but here in Prince Edward Island and everywhere, we are racing a big, big week ahead for the stable. Take care, everybody. Have a great day.